Well, hello, I'm Jim, and welcome to my shop here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Again, I'd like to say a shout out to all my subscribers and those who have liked my videos, and I invite you to subscribe as well. I don't have a regular routine as far as when I put out a video and things like that, but I do want to thank those who have subscribed, left comments, and would encourage you to leave comments, questions, or topics you'd like to have, maybe on turning or maybe even other wood turning things in the future, and let me know what those might be. We'll see what we can do with those. Today I'm going to do a really simple spindle turning project. Primarily just 2 or 3 tools we'll be using: a parting tool, a spindle roughing gouge. That's almost all we'll be doing. What I'm going to be doing is a really popular project on YouTube videos for wood turning, and that's a weed pod or a hillbilly pod or something like that. We just got back from vacation, and we usually pick up some things while we're hiking out in the mountains and different places like that. So this time we picked up a little something, and we've started sort of a little family tradition. When we pick up a little piece of wood, we make something out of it, or I make something out of it, and we label where we were at and when we got that piece of wood. So just hang in there. We'll make a little hillbilly pot, little weed pot, out of this little limb that actually came from Dead Horse Point in one of Utah's national parks. So if you would, just stay tuned and we'll make a little weed pot. So here we go. We'll start out with a 5/8 spindle roughing gouge, just a real simple tool. Again, turning between centers. Already chucked it up, got it centered up. So let's kind of true it up and get it, see what it's going to look like. Have no idea. I don't even know, honestly, what kind of wood this is. I'm going to be turning about 2,000, 2,100 RPMs. There are a few little knots on here, so we're just going to start out by just cleaning it up a little. You hear those knots now as I knock those off just real light and easy. Again, I want to remind you to take safety precautions, wear safety clothes, smocks, safe turning practices. I always say this: safety in my shop is my concern, and safety in your shop is your concern. You know, we are turning stuff at high speed, so I think we should probably be pretty safe at that. Take your time and enjoy the turning. We'll see what this turns out to be. I don't have a planned shape or size involved. We'll slide my tool rest down a little bit and a little closer, and we'll put a little shape here just using the spindle roughing gouge. We'll do a little cove here, kind of make a little long cove to see what we get. And this was just a piece of downed wood that the park rangers told us was fine to pick up something that was just dead and down, and this was just laying beside the trail. It was actually about 2 feet long as we looked at that. So we'll I would encourage you to, as you're turning and doing a little spindle work, I highly recommend to everyone learning to turn to practice turning left hand as well as right hand. Just take your time. You know, if it feels a little awkward to you, you'll pick it up pretty quick. You'll find that we pick up that really quick, so we can see what we look like here now. It's kind of blonde. Like I said, I'm not sure really what kind of wood this is, but it looks pretty good. This is almost a done deal here. We'll do a little bit more here and see if we can get a few tool marks out and get it back up to speed. On spindle projects, I like to turn them fast. Faster the better the cut. Just take your time and a few little knots and a little knot hole you saw there maybe. We'll take a spindle gouge in just a minute and a parting tool and work on the bottom a little bit. Okay, we feel pretty good there. I'm going to take a 1/8 parting tool. We're going to come back here. I like to do a little, score it a little bit, and then we'll come in. That scoring helps me keep from getting that fuzzy this wood is, I guess it has been out in the desert a good little while. It's really, really dry. A little vibration there. I'm going to kind of take a little bit more off of that. It's a beautiful day here in Rock Springs, a beautiful Monday, and just kind of enjoying some nice weather. It's not been really hot. I'll take a 3/8 spindle gouge, and I'm just going to gently roll this over a little bit, just enough to kind of soften that edge a little. Going to do the same thing up here on this end. Just going to roll it over just a little to soften that edge. Now we're going to come in a little toward the center. You know, watch out for bevel supported so you don't get the typical spindle gouge runbacks. I'm probably going to drill about a 3/8 inch deep hole, so or a 3/8 inch diameter hole, probably 2 or 3 inches deep. So we look pretty good there. I think our sanding is going to be really minimal. We'll do just a little bit with some 400 grit. Again, when you're sanding, I'm not wearing one, but usually I wear at least a some kind of face mask, and I've got also a air filtration system that's mounted up in the roof of the shop, and use a little hood on my dust collector, so we look pretty good there. I think we'll put a little boiled linseed oil on here just to see if it'll bring out some color and texture, and that's probably going to be about it for the finish on this little weed pot. We'll just soak that a little bit, and I find that boiled linseed oil will really make your grain come out. It will oftentimes darken your wood a little. but it makes a really nice finish. And I don't worry about getting a little boiled linseed oil on the bedways. It seems to wipe off really well, and no harm, no foul. So we will really see what we've got here now. Okay, it looks pretty good. I may come back and put a little bit of friction polish on that to give it a little bit of a sheen. So why don't we do that real quick? If you watched my other videos, you know that I really like to use the Mylan's friction polish. I do sometimes mix my own friction polish. And as you know, I will usually put it on, polish it out with a rag, and I want to spend a minute on that. Had actually got a comment about that. Not a negative comment. I kind of figure somebody's going to tell me how I shouldn't use the rag on the lathe, and if you don't feel comfortable using a rag on the lathe, just because I do, that doesn't mean you have to. Again, I like to put the friction polish on heavy with a wet paper towel. With the wet on the towel, I spread it around until it gets a little tacky, a little pull on the paper towel. Now I want her to get a picture of this, because if you decide to use a rag to buff your turnings, use an open hand. Don't ever wrap the rag around it. And what I do is I take my other hand and I just pinch it with my thumb, just like this. And that lets me manipulate the rag with my fingers. But if I get a catch, if the rag hangs on something, it's just going to pull it out and make us spin around the lathe. And it's not going to hurt anything really much. So we'll crank this up about 2,000, 2,200. Again, it's flat in my palm. And holding this, just pinching it against the other hand. That would really absorb that friction polish. That stuff is really dry. It was really dry in the area where we got it at, so we may have to put another little coat of friction polish on there. So let's have a look at it and see what we've got. Yeah, we're going to have to put a little more on there. That really soaked that up. So with a little more paper towel. One of the reasons I like to use a friction polish is it's quick, it's easy, and it's a good finish, and especially for our decorative items. I also like to use, when I get done and it's had a day or so to set up, I put a light coat of Renaissance wax on it, which really helps with the fingerprints and the handling, gives some durability. And it doesn't make it look fake or plasticky when you get done. So so it works real well. We'll okay. We'll ramp up the lathe speed again. Oh yeah, this is going to be good this time. Again, we just wanted to kind of show an idea when you're out on vacation enjoying some things and you're a wood turner, and you can just kind of watch for these as you're hiking and out and about in the woods. You'll see some different pieces, a limb or something like that. You can pick those up, and they make nice little keepsakes. We're going to take a narrow parting tool now and finish parting that off. Get it out of here so we can see what we're doing. And there we go. Hope you can see that. It's a nice little keepsake. We'll be drilling that out, of course, and work this little nub off. But I think it's a nice little keepsake, a little memory of hiking at the Dead Horse Point in the one of the state parks of Utah. This is Jim in Rock Springs, Wyoming. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like the video. Comments are welcome too. And again, thank you for tuning in. Safe turning and God bless.